Hey, hi. So, okay, interesting. Live stream today. I was trying to build something yesterday, um, which is trying to build a personal financial dashboard. Like basically, predict the your future earnings and savings and expenditure and stuff like that. Let me just quickly actually show what I had built. Um, so I did this with Lovable. I was trying it out for the first time. I even tried doing something similar on Bold. I'll just do a quick comparison on what I got using literally my first prompt, and then I'm gonna do this all over again today a little bit. I'll probably actually I just opened up the Markdown editor. I will write down my prompt a little bit better today. And I want to also talk about some of the things that worked, some of the things that did not work very well, and let's see if I can get there. Um, of course, like when some things don't work, I kind of really feel like I would love to just get into the code and fix it in the code rather than try to prompt it. But I'm really trying and seeing kind of like the limits of what they call vibe vibe coding these days. What's the limit of kind of prompting things to work? I've tried some of the websites. I tried rollout, which is more consumer oriented, not really for developers. I've tried V0, again a bit more e-commerce in nature, in some of the websites that make Bolt and Lovable kind of stuff is what I have liked so far the most. Yep. So uh, yeah, I mean, magic patterns. I don't know what magic patterns are. Never heard of this term. Anyway, let's see. If anybody has any questions in the middle, please feel free to kind of dump them. I'm reading the comments. Either you're watching from um, YouTube or on Twitter. I'm just looking at the comments in both places anyway. So yeah, I mean, let's see where we can get with this. So this is what I built. This was kind of what my prompt was. I want to make a website that helps people do personal financial planning for fire. I kind of went with this term because, like many of these generators, people have tried using fire calculators with them. These code generators. So specifically saying a personal financial dashboard versus saying a fire calculator, it actually gets the website done much better if I say fire calculator, probably because the training data probably has a lot of fire calculator, specifically that term. But anyway, I just want people to enter the current savings, which is like the cash part, current investments, what rate they will grow, what's the current annual income, and how much of their income will go into spend, savings, investments, expected rate of inflation, and some historical data. Optionally, if they can give. If they don't give historical data, then we would just extrapolate that whichever year you started earning, that year your earning was zero, and then just calculate from there. Okay. Um, so chart the following using some charting libraries of what I had asked. This is kind of what came out. You can pass in your current savings, something like, let's just say 10,000. Okay, it's a good number to have, and investments 50,000. Let's just say I give 3% and expected growth rate of this to be 9% or something, and I can give my annual income details, income allocation. It generated this thing also fairly nice, where you can fiddle around with this. The sum of them always need to be 100. So it breaks sometimes, and once it breaks, it does not get fixed. Kind of bit of an issue here. um, I'll just reset it so that yeah. So that's there. Inflation you can set, and then generate financial planning. Does the you uh, it generates the chart, right? So yeah, that's basically it, right? So we're going to show income, savings, all of this separately. Income starts reducing after certain year. This is wrong. It should not have happened here. But yeah, it's fairly editable. Also, the code was okay, well generated, I would say, fairly well structured components. There was financial form, the allocation section. Each of the section had a separate JSX file. The UI had also like separate JSX files. Although like it generated a lot of things, which I don't know if carousel. I don't have a carousel, so it generated one. I think it's like default training makes it generate too much of boilerplate UI, which happens with Lovable. Um, so Lovable charges by number of messages and not by total tokens it generates, versus like Bolt actually does by that. So this is what it generated. I actually liked it, to be honest. This is what Bolt generated with exactly the same prompt. I did ask it to do it using Vue.js and Chart instead. Maybe that could have constrained it from doing like better quality stuff, but the one at Bolt, the design is not good in the first place. Is one of the things I feel. It does not do this thing automatically as well. It does have the constraint, as you can see. So, but you have to manually kind of like meet the constraint like this. And I don't know, the chart does not actually get generated. That's the default output. I mean, I can go and edit it, of course, and like probably fatchart.view, and we can probably like regenerate the data and observe on that or something like that. I don't want to actually jump into code right now. I want to see how much I can just generate automatically. So that's where I am kind of starting from. I'll probably start a new project. So yeah, I'll start a new project. Okay. But instead of just starting out the prompt here, I will probably try to write the prompt first here, um, sort of jot my thoughts down first. I know what prompt kind of worked. That was like my first shot at it. I'll try to finesse the prompt a bit and see where it goes. Yeah. So that's kind of it. Let's see. Let me try to jot down my thoughts here. Um, can I paste the prompt? The prompt is somewhere. Let me actually share the prompt if anybody wants to. So on my GitHub, sorry. So here's my GitHub, and this repository. This is the one it generated yesterday. Let me see if I can share the prompt here. So I'll just okay, the prompt is actually saved here, so you can actually see the chat history, which is pretty good. So here, I don't know if it lets you copy. Okay. Anyway, so this was my initial prompt. And then I did some updates to that. I asked it to and then some more. I asked it to refactor. Maybe yeah, the refactors are automatically done. And there was some more update here, so I'll just add that stuff there as well. Let me just save that stuff here, so you can read the prompt on prompt.md, and you can copy that if you want for your users. It's on GitHub Champion Swimmer /Firepath Planner. It has all the source code as well, what it was generated. So yeah, that's. Let me start. I'll probably start with this project from scratch. Create a website that earnings, savings, okay, so start with the basic thesis. Let's see what all. Okay, so maybe okay. So current wealth. Okay, so we take current wealth information from the user. I would like to disable the language tool stuff. Can I just disable it for this site? Yeah, okay. Too much yellow underline stuff. Anyway, so there should be tax, there should be expenditure, there should be savings and investments. Okay, so four things that goes. What is different between savings and investment? I would say, like, I mean, investments, things that go to stocks or something. Savings goes as cash. Every year you're growing, you're saving a little bit, maybe whatever, right? So tax, expenses, savings, investments, stuff like this. Okay, so that's how I would probably look at earnings. Hey, hi Aditya. London's nice. Having fun. So yeah. Okay. Then I'd say probably historical earnings. Right. So let's just say okay. Year from which to start calculations. Allow user to optionally enter income, annual income for each year between first year and current year. So it's kind of like the one that was generated like here. Right. So like if I say 2020 is my first year of earning, then I can enter the data for 2021, 2, 3, 4, like that, right? Yeah. So So we interpolate these values, like create a linear graph. I can say, okay, so historical earnings, something I can add information for this. Okay. Um, Historical, well, let's say savings and investments are not say historical ones. Just let it be. I'll calculate it automatically. So current wealth, current earnings, historical earnings. Okay, and then like enter major upcoming. I'd say basic information. I think user's age, year from which to show data, year till which to show data. You just say example from 2015. Say example up to 2075, maybe 50 years, 60 years of data. I'm not sure like this. Um, okay. Planned expenses. I say just earnings here. I'll make a few changes. Okay. Major upcoming can add multiple expenses using each expense is a numerical value of the expense and a year in which it will happen. Okay, so planned major expenses like buying a house, buying a car, stuff like that. Okay. Um, okay, earnings. So current annual earnings, income allocation. We should also be doing stuff like you know, expected percentage growth in earnings, and expected year till which earnings will continue. Okay, so kind of most of the information that I want to get. Um, I will write down calculations after this, and then the show the above information in a chart. Annual income bars for each year. Savings and investments stacked area. So I'd want like savings and investment be stacked on top of each other. So as savings grows, investment grows, they will come down, all of that, right? Rate at which expenses grow, that's kind of inflation will take care of that, Shubham. Oh, by the way, Aditya, feel free to DM me on Twitter or something. We can set up some time. Okay. Cool. What else? So annual income, bars for each year, savings and investments, tracked area. Okay. Annual income. Not really annual expense. Yeah, so there should be annual expenses as well. So I actually did not consider that, but yeah, that's fine. If it's always a percentage of income, then we don't need to really show it every year. That's probably future. I would like to see different growth rates for each: taxes, expenses, savings, and investments. But yeah, let's see. Uh, I'd say expense probably also bars, or points in those years when expenses exist, because those major expenses. Okay, that's kind of like maybe the chart that I want. Let's think of calculations. So here's what savings. Interpolate from 0 in year 1 to current savings. Keep growing add percentage savings of each year's income. I'll give an example. So saving year 3 is equal to saving year 2 plus income year 3 into savings percentage, savings rate, let's say. So every year savings is last year savings plus income savings rate. That's how savings will grow. I'm just actually giving precise calculation value because I think it will help in the code if I do it this way. Sorry, I also had to write plus savings year 2 into add percentage savings of each income and grow savings by savings growth rate. So that's for savings. Investments, pretty similar, historical. I'll just interpolate data from 0 in year 1 to current investments. Future, fairly similar. I'll just update the data with so yeah, I think so. Investment of year 3 is equal to investment of year 2 plus. I think I should put it in a code like this. Should look. Investment year 2 plus investment year 2 into investment growth rate plus income year 3 into into investment rate. Okay, like this. So that's how savings will grow. Income year one data is or year so zero income after final year of funding. That's basically our retirement year. So every year grow it by growth rate till final year of earning. Zero income after final year of earning. Let's say just wanna do like that. So the savings and investment will still keep growing, obviously, because they have a percentage number to them, right? It's savings will be investments, sort of expenses. So current expense will be income into expense rate. Historical would be, let's say, 0 to current year, and future till the year of income growth calculated as like this. After income stops, take yeah, I think when people retire, they probably spend in a different way. Let's just say annual expenses after retirement. Let's probably take it simple. We'll have to juggle around things a bit. Increases every year by inflation percentage. Had we taken inflation, by the way? Expected inflation percentage. Okay. Cool. Maybe let's just see if we can get something out of this. Sounds like already a pretty big prompt, but I'm gonna feed this into it and see what it does out of this. Okay, and see where we go from this. So I'll just make a new project and see where it goes. Okay, now we wait. Okay, Sohel, I will block you. I'm sorry for the spam. Um, okay, lots of code getting generated. I hope it actually runs. I gave a fairly elaborate prompt. I love that Lovable has a lot of good design taste. It says it will use glass morphism effect for key input cards. I did not ask it to do that, but okay. Minimalist interface with ample white space. Great. I mean, would love that. Responsive design on all devices. Sure. Is already calculating a bunch of these the um, the mathematical calculation for making the percentages constrain each other and all of that. Sounds good. It's making the charts as well. Basic code structure, I kind of like what Lovable generates. Um, Very good variable naming to a degree, I would say. Uh, Pretty well code structure, in fact. I mean, most developers I've worked with don't structure their code as well as this. Honestly, this is really good quality code structuring in that sense. It does generate long files to a degree, but it after generates code, it actually suggests itself that this file was very big. Do you want me to refactor, and can do that actually, which is, I mean, wow. But let's see. So it also creates a future plan like refine and customize, master prompting, expand with backend, sync with GitHub, debug with ease, all of that. Let's see how well it has gotten it. I think so. Let's go with, let's say, 30 as age. Okay, cool. I think start year 2015, end year 2075. Let's say. Current wealth, let's say savings are 25,000. Investments, say 200,000. Expected annual growth of savings, maybe like I expect 3.6%. Annual growth in investments, let's say I go for 9.6%. Okay. Earnings, current annual income, let's say I go for 180. Okay. And I expect to retire by when? 2025. So let's just say I go with 2040. Can I? Let's see. Expected annual growth of income. Let's say it will grow by 5% is what I think. Okay. Income allocation. Okay. So tax. I think tax is going to be pretty high. I don't think if these numbers move, that's a bit of a shame. These numbers are not editable. I don't know why. Damn. This can grow, but how to make these numbers editable? That's one thing it missed. Historical earnings, let's say 2015 earnings were started earning maybe 25,000. I can add more years, but let's go with this. And planned expenses. So let's say in 2028, I plan on making an expense of 80,000. And in 2035, I plan on making another 120,000 expense. Okay. Let's see. Is it actually working? It kind of is. The data is not really correct. So I think the UI got it right. And that's usually what happens. It does get the UI right. I mean, it's great for prototype in that sense. But okay, let me start with, I don't know, some build unsuccessful. First of all, can't find name. Okay, try to fix it. Let's see, there's some build errors. Let's see if it can fix that for the first thing. I mean, that's kind of the problem that I generally face with stuff like this. I rather prefer like just writing the code myself to a degree. The logic part is probably easier for me to just edit myself if I went about it. Right. I not really happy with some of these things, but okay, some builder it fixed. I want. Oh, this became editable now. Great. Okay. Okay. Does that change anything? Add a recalculate button to recalculate the data and regenerate the graph. Let's see if we can do that. I don't know what these numbers are. The dots at the top, I don't know really, but okay. Income bars do not really show up. That's another part that I need to fix. The income bars are not showing. I probably want the ability to toggle the visibility of certain things. Okay. Let's see. So income, savings. Okay. Can it add the ability to toggle those things? That would be good to have. So adding something called chart controls for that. Interesting. Then I would I mean, the calculation is definitely wrong here on the chart somewhere. If I go into the code, I can probably see what is wrong. So that's calculations.ts where it actually does the calculations. It's a bit verbose code, to be very honest. And it's probably easier to generate function by function rather than generating the whole files like this in most of those cases. But yeah. Okay, let's probably reduce the numbers a bit. Like, let me go to 2050 only. Start from the year 2020. Let's say current wealth, 10,000. Okay, savings, investments, maybe 50,000. Okay, cool. Let's say investments grow a bit more modestly at 5%, and this grows at 2%. Current 75,000. Retirement year, let's say 2035. Um, Expected annual growth in income is 3%. That's fine. Tax, maybe I want to be like heavily taxed at I don't know, 37%. Uh, More savings, less savings. Let's say I save just 8% every year and invest the rest. So yeah, taxes 32, expenses 34. Maybe I mean, I should invest more money. So let's get the investment. Let's increase the tax. Yeah, this kind of looks like cool. This is a good mix. Historical earnings, I have 2015. Again, probably remove this. And planned expenses, maybe just add 1 in 20, 30 of 80,000. Okay, and recalculate. So, okay, it's trying to make more sense. Investments seem to have grown like this till this year, which is like 50,000. Then investments go to 78,000 because, okay, the money got added from the income. Pretty interesting. I think this looks great in that sense. Um, these planned investments in the years where it does not exist should not have been like this. I don't know. Uh, Zombie dots here, if that was possible. Income can be shown, savings can be shown, investments, cool. Expenses can also be shown, and right. So that's like regular expenses. It adds the planned expense into the regular expense automatically, which is also like a great thing. Um, Fairly interesting, I would say. This is pretty cool, actually. Does incorporate most of the things that I wanted. Okay, does the historical earning part work if I add some of them? So year 2020, let's say 15,000. Add a year. 2021, let's say 25,000. 22, 26, maybe, I don't know, whatever. 32. Thousand. Okay. Does it show up? Recalculate. Ah, nice. Okay. So it does show up the rest of the values correctly accordingly. So if I reduce my existing investments by a bit, so increase my expenses and taxes. Oh, the taxes should go away. So in calculation of savings and also reduce taxes, not just expenses. So income equal to tax plus. Is it already not happening though? savings plus investments. I like some of the touch, like it writes this thing where uh, it says financial planning data is for estimation purpose, make financial help of qualified professionals. I really did not ask it to add this information at the bottom of the page, but it did that. Um, super helpful. Um, cool. Okay, one final thing I would like it to do is probably save all of this information to local storage so that when I refresh my website, all of this information remains. I'll probably prompt that. Save all the inputs to local storage so that refreshing the website doesn't make the user lose their inputs. Honestly, like this is like once the website has been built, after that, saying something like save all inputs and it actually can smartly do it. Again, as a software engineer, if I was asked to do this, I don't think it's going to be super difficult for me. I just need to find out where these input elements are, take their value, use probably some library which does local storage saving, or I will just do local storage, just set item, local storage or get item and do it. So it's not like I have to rack my brains on how to do this thing. But the fact is that I can just add that prompt and in 30 seconds it does for some 15 or 20 different inputs. That's super helpful for sure, because like if I had to do it myself, it would have been tedious work. I do love AI taking away this kind of tedious work away. That just go save all the inputs to local storage and it will go and it will do it. Um, that's the fun part. The non-fun part is like I really do not know whether this changes were correct or not. So it says type for local storage save data. It does like this, and then it actually saves. Does it do like it uses an if use effect, and if there is some save data, then it sets those things from json.parse save data, and then in every place where those things are being set, it should be I don't know. Uh, yeah, that's the fun part. Like every time I'm changing the data, is it saving? So anytime any of these values are changing, it is saving the whole bunch. Probably not optimal. Like if your data increases a lot, then like doing an object store into local storage, like a such big an object, might not be great. And you're doing like a big JSON.stringify and a big JSON.parse each time. Probably having separate local storage keys might have been better. So yeah, I mean it might not be very smart on the performance side on certain things like that. But hey, this is working code actually. This is good. Um, but yeah, so let's see if it is doing so. If it is saving that information, let's see. Okay. Does it allow like hosting and stuff like that? It's public. Yeah. Okay. So let's go. There we go. Let's say I am 28 years of age. I start from the year of 2018, ended in 2060 fine. Current wealth savings 15,000, investments 50,000. Okay, growth at 7%, 2% of cash growth, earnings. That's it, 120,000. earnings, expected retirement by 2040. Will it work? Who knows? Expected annual income growth at 3% is cool. Taxes, let's say I have 34% taxes. Expenses rest. Savings, probably just saving like 8% and 13% as in investments. Not a great mix. You should probably invest more, spend less, but okay, let's see. Historical earnings, let's say I add year 2018, I started with earning 18,000. Let it calculate the other values itself, I guess. 2019, 25,000. Till 2025, it should reach 120,000, right? So yeah, whatever. 2020 maybe did not earn anything. COVID year, break year. 2021 earned 52,000. 2022 and 56,000. 2023, and the problem is that it will the expense values will not kind of come up correctly if you do this. So I have some issues with this. With the savings values, but yeah, let's remove these for a second and recalculate. Okay, planned expenses. Let's say in 2028, there's gonna be an 80,000 expense. 2032, a 250K expense, maybe buy a house. How does that look like? So investments did not reduce, and savings did not reduce either. So the expenses are not being taken out of investments and savings. That's a bit of a concern. So we need to edit that part. Let's see. So we reduce the amount of expenses. If expense is larger than savings available, then reduce it from investments as well. So you spend from your savings, but because it's more liquid, it's cash. But if you run out of that, then you will also break some investments. Let's see if it can add that to the calculation, because right now savings and investments are just going up without the decrease in the expense part. So yeah, let's see. Hey, hi, Vibhor. I'm based out of London right now. That's where I stay. But I have spent a lot of time in Delhi and Bangalore as well before this. I still have a place in Delhi and Bangalore as well. So kind of based out of all three cities. Yeah. Okay, let's update the calculation for this. Let's see if that has reflected or not. Okay, recalculate. Yep, wealth goes down after a certain point. So it'd be a big expense, and yeah, so this is not sustainable, right? So let's do all the calculation all over again and see if this can hold or not. So go at least 30. Start year 2015, let's say, end year 2060. Savings 25,000. Investments 200,000. Expect growth at 10%. This should grow at 3.5%, let's say. Okay, cool. Earnings, let's say earning 200,000. Expect to die by 2040. This should grow by 5%. Okay. Okay. High taxes, less expenses. More investment than expenses. Let's see if that holds better. No historical earnings right now, but in 2028 an 80,000 expense, and in 2032 a 250,000 expense. Okay, recalculate the stuff and let's see. Okay, total wealth takes a hit in 2028 because it did some expense. Okay, goes up again, takes another hit, and here and then it does not grow as fast because there's no income anymore. Cool, I think. I mean, it's looking good. If you want to do a bigger expense in 2028, maybe 120K, and like maybe like a swanky sports car or something would be probably like a bit of expense. And maybe in 2030 I want to buy a house. Okay, does that fit? It almost bottoms out. It does not work here. Like total wealth goes down to 0. Will not work. Can't actually make this expense here. Push it by 2 years. Recalculate. Better now. So can push that expense out. The only issue is now it does not grow enough for somebody to be able to retire correctly here. So I'll have to push the retirement age, let's say to 2045. Okay, fine. Can I bring it down to 2042? Almost bottoms out. Yeah, if climate change and everything makes us die in 2058, then I'm fine, but not fine. 2043 can survive and leave 300K for in my will to somebody. Looks good, I guess. Looks good. It's fairly working financial planner, I would say. Can show investment, can show expenses. Nice. Where was inflation though? Did they have a place to add inflation? I don't think there was. So what is the rate at which expenses are growing? I think I should add that. Add a place to enter annual expected inflation. The expenses should grow by this amount. I probably put this code on GitHub here at this point. I don't want, this is fairly working stage. One of the things doing vibe coding is also you might not remember to actually commit your code. So at this point, it's working in a great state. If you prompt it further and it kind of fucks up what has already been created well, not a good place to be in. So let's kind of commit it, right? Let's do that. Connect on GitHub, transfer to repository, sure. It has done that. Okay, cool. So the way it does is it's really good. It creates a repository. it actually has made commits so far. It was not telling you that, but Lovable actually makes these commits. So internally it does. So when you actually export it to GitHub, it will have all of them. Um, I would love if the commit message would have had my prompt in it to show that which prompt triggered these changes. It does not do that. Um, but yeah, let me prompt this. Add a placement to annual expected inflation. The expense should grow by this amount. Yeah, cool. Let's see. Okay, it's taking a while. Why though? Okay, set a sample inflation rate. Okay. Honestly, I really love the the cleanliness of the code that is generated by Lovable. To be very honest, um, uh, like a lot of AI tools do generate code, and like so far I've not hit build errors, which is also great. Like with Bolt, I hit a lot of uh, build errors. Like when it's editing, it kind of has problem and the project won't build anymore. To a much larger size of the project, I'm able to go with Lovable without hitting build errors, which is great. Cool. It says inflation is factored in now. And let's see, is it? I lost some of my data though. Hundred and hundred to okay. Inflation rate. Can I enter the inflation rate somewhere? Where is the place to enter the inflation rate? Or still, I don't see that, right? In the income section. Income section. Ah, there is the inflation rate. Okay, so there that is. Let's bring inflation to like 3%. That means okay. That's pretty good. In fact, um, I'll probably just save it at this stage, and anybody who is following along, as you can see, there is the GitHub repository where you can check the code base is here. Future Finance Fundamentals, that's the name. And you can actually run it if you want to on Lovable, or you can just npm run and I think bun run and run this project. Uh, if you want to make changes to that, feel free to go ahead and do that. Yeah, I think that'll be that. I will wrap today's stream. Fun building this, I would say. I mean, I do love the ability to jump into code and make changes, but I really love that I can get the project to this stage and then I can make further changes myself. Like, I mean, I do like that the code is in a very editable stage, honestly. So it has the index.ts page, which has all the financial planner. The financial planner component has everything inside it. It um, has all of the state. It has the different components here. And it has, I think, created, these are just for responsiveness, but yeah. So there's the chart component, which shows all of the things. And yeah, I mean, it's nice. Pretty good, pretty useful, I think, for modeling it. Yeah, anybody who's watching, thanks for doing so. And I'll probably actually host it somewhere soon. This is fairly in a ready state, to be honest.